Hi, I'm Sarah Weber with Team Central, and I am here today for Data Chaos Thursday with our Chief Growth Officer and co founder, Andy Park. And Andy, we have a question for you today, and that is what do you think is so unique about Central's design for automation and integration?
I think there are a number of really interesting things, Sarah, about how Central manages connectivity between data sources and automates data management. The one that really stands out to me, and it's come up, a couple times here over the last couple of days, even, and that is this event-driven, publish, subscribe kind of architecture. So traditional means, methods for integration really come down to, custom development and connecting APIs, one API to another API, and then passing certain information through there based on rules and things like that. And that's an effective way to integrate. And in fact, it can be very, real time. But it's also brittle. If things change in one of the systems, that integration tends to break down. That could be from an upgrade, release, patch, something that's applied to one of those systems. And so we take a different approach. Ours is more of a hub and spoke kind of model where you've got Central in the middle, and you have all these other systems kind of around Central, and the other systems really only have to be configured. Those endpoints only have to be configured to talk to Central, and then Central acts as kind of a Rosetta Stone, if you will, and interprets the data mappings for each of those independent systems and knows how to share information back and forth between those. And so in that way, you can it's like a Lego kind of model, right? Where you can plug and play different connectors onto the hub, and the hub is what understands the relationships between all of those. When an event occurs, meaning a transaction in one of those systems, then that the data related to that event, that transaction, then is pushed out to Central in the hub, and Central determines what to do with that. It could be data filtering, it could be data transformation, and then it publishes that information out to any system that cares about it. And any system that's configured to care about it then consumes it. It also can have its own, data filters, business rules, transformations, and it does, consumes that information. It does what it needs to with it. And it's, I would say, it's very near real time. Most of our data syncs, for example, occur, in 5-second kind of increments, if you will, versus millisecond kind of integration. But in majority of cases, that timing, that near real time integration is works really well. So the conversation I was having with a customer just this week was, hey, we're going to connect UltiPro, which is a UKG product, to ADP. We need to get time and attendance over to our payroll. And as I'm explaining this hub and spoke model, the HR, the CHRO, the organization, who's not super technical, but was certainly picking up on the kind of this, the model itself and this hub and spoke kind of concept. And she's like, wow, this is really cool. So is what you're telling me that if I have an applicant tracking system, or if I have a environmental health and safety system, we can just, have connectors configured that plug into Central, and then Central can help it communicate to time and attendance and communicate to payroll? And the answer is that's exactly the model. That's exactly the model. Plug any system you want into Central, and then determine what data you want to share across those systems. Very different model than a direct, API, to API integration. I've had a number of those conversations here just over the last couple of weeks where the light bulb comes on. They have an aha moment, and they're like, "Wow!" So we're just talking about this one use case, but once we have that established and Central understand, is comprehending kind of what's going on with these transactions, we can plug in any number of systems. We're doing work in e-com, EDI, e-payments, ERP, CRM, HR, construction project management, rental property management. We've got, a whole host of connectors that, that customers can plug into that hub.
Thank you for that answer, Andy. That was great. Um, I hope that everybody now can understand better how Central is a little bit different than some of the other products on the market. And with that, if you have any questions that you'd like to submit for Data Chaos Thursday, or you'd like more information about Team Central and our integration platform as a service called Central, please feel free to reach out to me at sarah.weber@teamcentral.ai. And we look forward to coming back and answering more questions for you guys next week. Thank you.